What up, OGs, and welcome to another solo pod. Just the boys in here today, and we've got a huge announcement for y'all. You're going to have to wait till the end of the episode to hear it, but we have a huge announcement. We're very excited about what we got cooking, and it's only right to start off an episode with the boys with a nice little fridge sig. Am I right?
Let's go.
Let's get it
Nick
popping.
letting the hair down. Let's go.
We're getting loose today, brother. So, ton of new things have been going down.
Yep.
Why don't you start? How's your week been, bro?
Dude, it's been good. I've it's work, eat, sleep, repeat.
Yeah.
In this way, but I'm enjoying the grind. I got something else to do now that we're doing this, and I don't have a lot going on. I just had a nice little vacation. I went to see Tame Impala.
That's
my favorite
right.
artist of all time. Had the time of my life.
Yeah, that's true. We haven't talked about that since we've done our last solo pod.
It's been a couple weeks since anybody's seen anything. People probably been like, what the fuck's going on?
Let's dive into the Tame Impala trip, bro, because
Dude.
I know that, like, for you, that's like the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
You are the biggest Tame Impala fan I've ever met.
I've been to Tampa, like, on the outskirts, I feel like. I've never really done, like, Tampa on the inside. But Tame Impala is by far probably my, like, most favorite artist, and I saw him.
Top 3 Tame Impala songs.
Top 3 Tame Impala. There's a song called Aiden, Deep Pool, because it's not even by Tame Impala, matter of fact, but it's his Kevin Parker, so it's just him. Eventually.
So Tame Impala is a full band. I didn't know this at first. I thought Tame Impala was like one guy or two guys or something. Okay.
It's one person. Kevin Parker's his name. He's an Australian guy. He writes, records, and like masters everything. He has another band that's an Australian like psychedelic rock band that performs like a band with him.
What are 2 other like good Tame Impala songs? Like strictly Tame Impala.
The less I know, the better is the big one that most people know. New Person, Same Old Mistakes. Rihanna redid it word for word. Didn't even just a cover on one of her biggest album because it was that good of a song.
No way.
Yep.
Did she have to get permission from Tame Impala to do that? Okay.
I'm sure.
I didn't know if that was like some controversial thing. Like she went
Yeah,
around
because there's some people that kind of like redo or kind of do their own version of a song, and word for word, it's one of the most beautiful songs like ever. But
did he just write it for her, or did he actually drop it?
He dropped it first.
Oh, really?
Yep. It was his. It's funny because I've seen a video that he said that was one of his like almost burners. Like he didn't put it out and ended up being like one of the biggest songs he's ever released.
That's crazy, bro.
It was going to be a different show because he had kind of dropped a houseier like EDM album that just came out, he was kind of fiending in that direction. He went from like more of an alt rock to psychedelic rock to then of like synthier, heavy side. But it was cool, man. He had the main stage. There wasn't a bad seat in the house, I'll be honest.
Where was it? Was it an arena?
It was the Benchmark International Arena where the Tampa Bay Lightning play.
Oh, no way.
Yep. But it was nice going with my family. And what's cool about that trip in particular was my dad brought me up on just about like the perfect music growing up, like from Pearl Jam to like Run DMC to Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like,
yeah.
So it's kind of cool being able to like, I don't know, put your parents on what is popping now. And my dad even said he just got a new job. He went to work and was just playing Tame Impala, and he was like, wait, I didn't know Mike was getting down to that,
Yeah.
So it was a cool little trip.
How much were tickets for that?
Man, I know we've said this a gazillion times. Fuck Ticketmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Because we did the tickets, and I would say the whole family, because I was the only person that could get in and get them on pre-sale.
Yeah.
It's like $500 for like 4 of us.
Oh, that's not bad.
It was like 120 a piece, and they weren't bad seats, but from what I heard, they were like $1,200 at the day of the show.
No.
Resale and stuff like that. So it was such a good time. My sister's like depressed from it now because she's like, damn, like that was like the best thing ever. That's how I felt for the first show seeing
Cool
him,
to experience it though, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've heard so many good things about Tame Impala, and like I like what you said about your dad because you can tell your dad is getting his like music taste up. You know?
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this either on one of the other solo pods or just when we were chilling one day. But you were like, "Yo, my dad's actually got like a nice little aux right now," and I'm like, "Damn, okay." Shout out Mike, bro.
Yeah, for real. And it's funny because he refuses to like subscribe to like Spotify Premium, but I've logged into my account and I'll catch him listening to music on my account.
Yeah,
and it's always like something cool like Krungbin or FKJ or Tame Impala or something like that. And I'm like, once I start playing, it turns it off on his end or vice versa. So sometimes I'm playing music in my car and it just goes quiet. And I'm like, Mike's listening to music.
True.
But man, it
That's
was a
funny.
good trip. I've never done like we stayed at a hotel right by the trolley and took like the trolley around like downtown Tampa.
I
and-
saw they had a trolley. I didn't
Yeah.
realize they had. It's kind of cool. Like
Yeah.
they got that thing circling around, and you know.
But man, I had the time of my life. You know me. I don't take a lot of. Well, I used to take a lot of vacations. I haven't. I've been kind of head down grinding.
Yeah.
So it was nice to escape a little while. But
You were due for it, for sure.
I was way overdue. Work's been kind of hectic.
I think your last vacation was Halloween, right?
probably.
Which is crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
we're almost all. I mean, Halloween's coming back around.
I
you
know,
know,
right? Which I got some things in the mail today. I'm already prepping for it. Like,
Oh, really?
dude, I got we should blow it up in here. I got like an inflatable tent.
No way.
Yeah, like where you pump it up.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Instead
sick.
of like all the sticks
Put it in
and
the
things,
corner.
just a little tent over here.
Yeah.
We could, put a little cot or two over there. We could sleep
Oh,
in here,
yeah.
dude.
No, that's
the
so-
content would go crazy. Like,
We could do a 24-hour stream from the stew.
holy shit, that'd be awesome.
One thing that I wanted to fill the people in before I forget is we're revamping. There's so many things about the pod that we're going to be revamping for everybody. It's kind of one of the purposes of us doing this solo show. Y'all get ready because I'm dialing back in with this whole merch thing. You know,
do it.
one of our biggest issues, I think, with the merch was like, we were, especially when we had Joey here, it was like the three of us were all trying to pour into this same thing. And like, we're all going to have such different creative lanes. You know what I mean? And it was just kind of like, it got super hectic. And I remember we would drop like, we would do the typical like summer, winter, fall, spring drops, you
Yeah.
know, but we're dropping like 20 pieces at a time, and we didn't even get to really properly market some of those. Like, bro, people don't even realize we dropped pickleball paddles. And like,
Pickleball
we sold a
paddles,
couple
like-
of them, and it was like really cool, but I think that we were all trying to like build this and then build our new studio. And then also at the time, like we were trying to get the stuff fixed at our old studio too. So we were like operating from two places. And I remember when we first out in on the merch, man, and like we got the website all set up and like we were stoked and we were just pushing out so much stuff at one time that it kind of got a little bit flooded in a way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it kind of turned into like us all trying to pour into one thing at once. And so now, you know, you're going to be working on the new thing that we're going to be announcing towards the end of this show, and I'm going to be working strictly on the merch. And I think that like us both pouring into the pod, and then us both like doing our own aspects outside of the pod too. They're still intertwined, but
Yeah.
I think that's going to help a lot, man. And
gonna be awesome.
I'm so stoked. Like for the people that have been watching the show for a long time, obviously the OG and OG Sessions stands for Off Grid, which is a clothing brand that we used to have. It was kind of like a Patagonia based, like North Face type of adventure brand, and that was my roots, bro. Like I miss making merch, you know, and at the time it was like there wasn't a ton of branding, so the like creative freedom was just like whatever you want to do. But now that there's actually like an identity, bro. Like I feel like the merch can go so much harder. Like one of my favorite pieces of merch we did was those orange hoodies, just
so
because
sick.
it's so on brand.
Yep.
And I want to get back to more of that. You know,
Yeah.
I want to dive deeper into the merch lane. So shout out to everyone that's following the merch page, OG Sessions Shop. We've already, surprisingly, we have like over 1,000 or 1,200 followers or something on there. But, you know, we haven't posted anything on there in like 6 months, but we're dialing back in with that. I wanted to announce that for everybody because I actually had someone run into me the other day at the gym, and they're like, bro, I just got one of your, the freshly squeezed hoodie with the orange, the OG OJ on the back. And
That
I
was
like,
one of my favorite designs you did with the little
and that
juice
was
box.
that was from back in the day when Off Grid was a thing.
Yep.
And it was like I just had to bring that design back. Maybe we'll come back again with it and like throw it in a different way, like throw it on a T-shirt or something like that. So, yeah, shout out to the dude that came up to me at the gym and said that because I was like, you know what, that's a good point. Like I need to dial back in with that merch. People still rock with some of the old stuff. So, dude, speaking of like, I know you said your dad got into a new job. I am now unemployed. I'm not going to get into the details because the last thing I want to do is sound here and bash this company. But I am no longer with my 9-to-5 job that I was doing for the last 3 years. I absolutely loved that job, and for difficult reasons, we both had to kind of part ways and go our separate ways with everything. But the creative freedom now for us to come in here, we've been in the studio for 5 hours today, or 3 hours, or like however long we've been here, like almost all damn day, And
It's so
before
nice.
it was like we'd get up here at 6 p.m., we'd already be exhausted from the whole day, and then we'd try to bang out an episode, or we'd be waiting on the guests. We wouldn't get out of here till 8:30, 9 o'clock at
It's
night.
crazy.
Haven't ate dinner, haven't gone to the gym, haven't done anything, And so now it's kind of cool, like getting all that stuff out of the way early.
Yep.
I've noticed my routine is so like dialed right now, man. Like I've always been really bad about not eating breakfast.
Yeah.
And for a guy that's like trying to gain weight in the gym and stuff, like you have to be eating those big 3 meals like all day. You can't be missing meals. Like that's just basics. And I'd find myself just like going to work. I wouldn't eat my first meal until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which I would destroy that meal, but it was like, it's good now that I can kind of get in this routine. Been surfing a lot, been fishing a lot, good things are on the horizon, man. I'm really excited about this change, seriously.
I think this is like what God is answering your prayers, if we're being honest. I mean, how many times have we talked about like, how much do we need to make, or how much, what does it take to us to go full time on this? And I mean, I know you got to. I remember you got to make bread somehow. You got to pay the bill. So I know that I'm sure you've got an opportunity presenting itself soon. But
definitely do.
I think this time away has allowed you to kind of take a step back, dial in, get your priorities straight.
Since March, I pretty much knew like last year in June that the 9 to 5 thing wasn't going to work forever for me. Like, I was getting so drained. I want to pour as much energy as I can into this thing, but I also have to sleep. And I also want to do everything with the pod. I want to edit. I want to book. I want to be scheduling and like I want to do everything. And like, it's not because I'm, I like doing everything, but it's also like just me as a person. I want to have my hand in everything with this pod. And so it was putting me in a tough place, man, where I was kind of like, switching around priorities and making things priorities that weren't really supposed to be my priorities, because you're spending 40 hours a week at a job. And then March came around of this year, and I was pretty much like at my burnt out point, And then my job turns around and hits me with a fat raise. They knew it, man. They knew I was burnt out, and they hit me with a raise, and I was like, okay, we'll ride this out for a little bit, And then a couple months went by. I remember that Colorado trip that we talked about on our last solo pod that I went on in June, man. I went on that trip with a couple of friends, and one of them, our really good friend, he doesn't, he works a sales job, but he's like barely working throughout the course of the week. He's always hitting me up on a Tuesday at noon. He's like, you want to go fishing? Want to take the boat out? And I'm like, dude, fuck you. and after that trip, I started going back to work, and I was like, you know what? I should take the risk and just like see, like maybe I do go get a job doing whatever he's doing, or doing this, or doing something else where I'm not tied up. Mind you, I'm driving to a different city to go to work every day. People don't even, like, I'm driving 45 minutes in the morning, an hour and a half in the afternoon to go to work. And it's like this very, like, the 9 to 5 cycle will slowly kill an entrepreneur, And it's for, like, some people love the 9 to 5, and it's like a great way to like have a nice schedule, But for me, even after the raise, the money wasn't worth the time that I was giving away.
Yeah.
And so, dude, blessing in disguise, total blessing in disguise. Like, now that, the option was kind of taken away from me, and I was able to leave that job. It was just, it really is a blessing in disguise, bro.
It's like ripping off the bandage.
Yeah.
It's.
I was close. I was peeling the edge off, but I wasn't like fully taking it off. And like now, dude, just the past week, it's only been a week, and I already got money coming in. It's like we're lined up in different areas. We're fine. But just the past week, bro, like the amount of time I'm able to spend with my dog, like you don't even realize it, but like you don't even really see your dog throughout the whole course of the day. And like, my dog's getting older, but now I'm like taking her to the beach at 10 o'clock in the morning, and
you don't even realize how much a midweek day off is banging. I love like a midweek day off. I always get Wednesday, Thursday off. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this. Maybe I should switch it up to be,
no, you're fine.
I know.
Yeah.
But
no, but I know you're saying.
Tell people when.
Well, here's the thing though, is you're totally right, because
it's the best.
Especially like for me, I'm living out there at the beaches, bro, and everything is popping on Saturday. My favorite lunch spots always have a line around the block. If I want to go to the beach, even right outside of my access, and I'm not in a very popular like area of the beaches, bro, it's always packed. Like millions of people on the beach, millions of people out in the surf lineup. Like you almost don't get to just go and do something without it being like a whole event, you know? And so I didn't even realize, bro, like I went to go walk my dog on the beach, and it was like 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, and there's like no one out there,
So
there's
peaceful.
like, it's so peaceful, bro. And so, yeah, you always talked about those midweek days off, and like while everyone's working.
I get so much done. Like I'll get all my groceries. Like Wednesday is, at this point I don't care what day I'm off, but or people know what day I'm off.
Yeah.
But Thursday is when Publix switches their BOGO. So I go Wednesday afternoon, see what catch the last minute BOGOs, and then the next day it switches. So I always plan like my grocery shopping, so I get 2 separate BOGOs at Publix. So I do 2 separate smaller shops.
You do have such a clutch Publix right next to you, bro.
Like, I can walk there.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best. But the midweek, like you can get, at least for me, you're at the beach, I'm in town center. I can get around, and the town center traffic can be terrible during the weekend.
Yeah, 100%.
I've been up since 6 this morning. I got 5 or 6 of my weekly chores done.
Yeah.
I got a nap in. I got to chill, dance in my room, and fucking clean my room. Like that's literally all I did today. And
That's the one good thing about you not living at the beaches, bro. Because like for me, I find myself just like outside the whole time. I'm like going to the beach, or I'm walking down to Adam's house, or I'm just cruising around the beaches. There's always so much to do in such a close range. You know, with being away from the beach, you can kind of actually enjoy your house. You know, which is
that one. But to look at our complexions, like you got a little bit more glow to you.
Yeah.
I told myself I was going to go to the pool today, get some sun, and didn't. Something about the crisp, like salty air at the beach. Ugh. My little sister's been like,
you can't quicker
shopping out at the beach. We've been spending so much time at the beach lately. She's like, I want to live out there, and I'm like, you ain't gonna get a place as nice as our place. You know,
hell no!
Out there,
you guys have a crazy good spot right now, and that's the thing that I kind of, that's the trade-off. Like my spot's not nearly as good as yours. I mean, for shit, yours has a whole extra story on my place, and I consider my place pretty big for being at the beaches. Yeah. And you would never. I mean, dude, like. Yeah, I actually lived in a spot.
$3-4 grand, like
yeah.
For sure. Same spot, and the beaches would probably be $4 grand.
I did live in a 3-story spot at the beaches with a garage door when me and Cass first started dating.
Really?
And we had a sweet deal on it.
I never went there when y'all first started dating.
Yeah, you did. There's a video of us when in like the garage or something. I think. Oh, yeah, I think you'd been there, but I don't think you'd been inside. I think you'd been like to the downstairs or whatever. And yeah, dude, those spots like all around us like $4 grand, and it was killer. It's pretty much the same size as what you have right now, but, oh, dude, I mean, everything out at the beaches is 10 times more expensive no matter what.
Speaking of selling places, have you seen Wubs? Have you seen what situation she's in?
Oh, my gosh.
I was kind of
I'm glad you brought this up. Okay, so...
Context.
Yeah, let's give the people some context for this. Obviously, if you guys saw the episode that we had with Wubs, that episode performed really well. She is such an incredible human, man, and just like really one of the... like most outgoing girls that we've had on the pod, It was truly an honor to interview her, and she did share in the podcast everything that she went through with her dad. Her dad got really sick. She moved back from Louisiana to take care of him. She lived with him and was basically like an at-home caregiver, I believe is what they call it, and took care of him until he sadly passed away. And like, if you know Wubs, you know that her dad is like truly like so important in her life, bro. And I think she even shared it on here that like she moved into her dad's place. Like her dad passed down the house to Wubs. Yeah. Well, the place that he passed down, is it a 55 and up community? Is that what it is?
55 plus, like a senior living, or not senior living, but 55
but
and up.
55 and up. Like it's got an HOA and everything. And Wubs inherited that property, but since it's 55 and up, they're trying to either kick her out or charge each tenant $1,000 to pay for the lawsuit or something?
Yeah,
how's that
HOA
working?
has like set an assessment for each, I guess, resident to come up with $1,000 so that they can pay for the lawsuit to get her like.
Which is none of the other residents' problem, to be honest. I think that's such a like cheap shot of the HOA, in my opinion.
I think this is going to be like a really groundbreaking, like, I don't know, verdict in a way, because.
How has this not been crossed before? How has this
we
not
had this
happened
conversation
before?
the other night. Like, there's got to be somebody that has had their 55 plus home passed down to their non-55, year old,
obviously, yeah,
wife or whoever it may be. But if there's no like law in place saying that, like, I just don't know. Like, yeah, it's 55 plus, but.
But you're inheriting property. Like, that's the thing, is like it's an actual piece of land that you're passing down to somebody. Or, passing down, giving to them, it doesn't matter, like, whatever the case is, you're giving someone a piece of land, and even though it's a 55 and up community, like, how does that work? Part of me, I'm always the type where it's like, if there's a rule in place, like, the rule is there. You know what the rule is, like, don't play dumb. But in the same time, this is a very unique situation because if I'm in Wubs' boat, I'm fighting this thing all the way to the end, bro. Because if I ever got inherited, that's a, like, I haven't seen a ton of action on it or anything, but, like, if it's in an HOA, it's got to be a nice house, right?
Yeah, it's a fairly nice house.
Yeah, so, I mean,
it's one of those, like, it reminds me of, like, Stillwater or, like, what is it, Del Webb's? Like,
yeah,
one of those they're nice, like, they're homes.
I love what Wubs is doing, bro. She has gotten so much traction. I saw New York Post picked it up. Yep. Florida, what was it, only in Florida or something?
Practically every news station.
News station, didn't Fox News may have posted something about it or something? Like, it's viral right now. So I've been kind of watching that. I'm glad you brought this up because I've been kind of watching that closely. And shout out to Wubs, bro. I would have fought that like it's nobody's problem. That's kind of why I like talking about it on here because I want that story to get so much traction. We stand with Wubs in this one. It's nothing,
I see both sides, but like
nothing against HOA, but
she deserves to be understood, or like there shouldn't be. Why are we asking people for money to bring down somebody?
I think
like,
a lot of people would say 100%. That's a really good point. I think a part of the reason too is it's one thing, like obviously I think if it was a different situation, someone would just sell the house and move to an area that isn't 55 plus. But when you've had so many memories and some of your last memories with your father that you moved all the way from Louisiana to come here and take care of, I don't know, man. That story kind of hit me the wrong way. I felt like Wubs was kind of done wrong in that instance, and I'm really glad that it's getting traction. Sometimes you see people try to like bring some stuff like that to light and it gets no love, and there's nothing you can do. But I mean, shoot, the news has been out at her house. I saw Channel 4 News went out to her place, and like shout out to everyone that's helping her with that situation. Really,
I thought it was funny because there was a video of this news reporter interviewing somebody that had lived in there. She herself, or I couldn't remember if it was a guy or a girl, they had said like they lived with her parents in the 55 up community. So she as a, I guess, sub 55-year-old is living with her parents, and she was basically saying like, yeah, if she was inherited that, she would move out. And it's like, you're a grown ass woman, like, living with your parents. Like, Wubs came down to help her father survive.
100%.
She's not reaping the benefits of, the 55 plus community just because she wants to, or just because she can't afford it. And I just thought it was so funny. People were dogging this girl like, aren't you like 35 living with your 55? You know what?
But also, like, who are you to say like, okay, good for you, you'd sell the house? Like, does that mean that that's what every other person is going to do? Like, you sound stupid as fuck saying that. Like, I don't know, man. I think that,
I mean, unless Wubs is like 5 a.m. bumping like, dubstep and like,
that's the thing, is like we don't know what she's doing on the weekends, but I'm sure that if she's on people's radar like this, I doubt she's doing that. And to be honest, Wubs doesn't strike me as the type to be like that. But
if you haven't seen it, like check out the story and like comment on, just
also give us your opinion. Like maybe we don't know.
It's
enough.
A weird one. Like I see both sides, but like being that we know Wubs, it's like how are you even going after her like that?
Yeah.
So.
When I heard that, shout out Wubs, man. That's pretty much all I got to say on it. It's a sad situation, but one thing that I've noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed it either, but is there like no good rappers anymore?
Larry June, I just dropped the best album.
Okay, that's
like,
right.
You
did play a couple songs off of there, but I mean, I just heard about that today.
To answer your question, no.
Yeah.
Other than like Isaiah Rashad or like Larry June, like. Playboy, like all the 2016 people are gone. Like,
yeah. I'll be honest, bro. I've been recently trying to get more back into rap a little bit. Like I've been trying to kind of rebirth that. I used to be such a big rap head. I know you were too, man. And like 2016, that's all we were listening to was straight rap, bro. And like I went on there the other day and was like on the new. It was like the hot hits or whatever for whatever that playlist is. Like when they drop the new fire or whatever, but it's all rap stuff.
Caviar.
Yeah, Rap Caviar. And bro, I'm like. Swinging through that, trying to find something good. And like, there's a couple where I saved it to the playlist, but it was like nothing that really made me like excited about it,
I'm glad you brought this up because it's a discussion I've been wanting to have, and we're having it a little late at this point, but I don't know if you've seen the Phoenix Flexen song.
Yeah.
The, I don't even know what it's called now. Yeah, Rubbers, and it being heavily accused of being AI. And I saw Channel 5, like, Andrew, what's his name, Callaghan, did an interview with him, and he's like refusing it, and like the whole AI thing. And now Tyga's doing it. He's going like doing this 80s, 60s, like it sounds like the 80s, but
do we think it's actual AI? Like, I know you had a strong opinion on this at first.
I have a strong opinion on it only because like as a creative and as somebody who like appreciates music and also sees the intricacies of how Spotify, even though they're one of the lower paying, how artists get screwed. And here we are, AI can make a song in 2 seconds and it just takes the creativity out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it being used. Like,
what if it wasn't AI? Like, how would you feel about the song if it wasn't AI?
It's hard as fuck.
I know that. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, it's AI, but I've got that bitch on repeat.
I know.
So I don't know where I stand with it because I'm glad you brought this up because I have now discovered this chick. I found her on Instagram, and she's an EDM house artist, and her name is Lion Saddle, and she looks like rad, bro. She's got like super bleach blonde hair. She's got blonde eyebrows, and like almost she looks AI. Come to find out, she is. And when I first came across her page, I was like, this is actually really good. So I started following her and started keeping up with it. Dude, like the first like 3 videos of her like doing sets, like one's in the desert, another one's like in a farm, and there's all these cows walking around her, and then there's this other, like it looks like some really high production stuff. And then the creator of Lion Saddle, which is some brunette chick, like posted a whole video and was like, hey y'all, I created Lion Saddle. I'm glad you guys are all loving the music. And then as you go back, I went back and looked at her videos, and as she's like playing with the DJ board, like the buttons aren't staying on track. Like you can look at it and the buttons are sliding kind of in places where they couldn't go. And I'm like, oh my God, that's AI.
Yeah.
Like when I saw her video, I was like, there's no way that this is. And bro, I've been bumping Lion Saddle. Like if you go and look, she's got one of her songs has like 900,000 plays on Spotify, and she's dropping like once a week, bro.
It's Suno. It's I don't want to put them on a platform in a way, because to me the whole music, that's the AI that kind of aggravates me. I'm okay of using it as a tool. I don't even want to say for example, because I'm not the person to defend that, but I don't know if you know Timbaland, which is mind blowing to me. One of the most the pioneers of like hip hop.
Yeah.
Timbaland, that makes some of the craziest and hard hitting beats, is the face of an AI company that creates AI music and AI personas, and he's got like this.
Is that what that is?
K-pop like AI girl that makes like, so he's like the face behind it. And to go back to Phoenix Flexin', Timbaland calls in the middle of Andrew Callaghan's like interview and was just like, basically don't talk to him. And like, you know, Andrew, when he's just like eating that shit up, got the camera rolling. But it's, I don't know, man, when it comes to the creative side of things, AI, and not claiming like, it'd be okay. I'd be so fine if Phoenix Flexin' came out and said, yeah, that was AI. Like, it's obviously,
but at least
his voice in some sort of way. Like, he got lucky. One of his AI songs that he just fucking around with his homies. Like, if you and I sat there and made it, and like, that'd be one thing. But had it blown up to this degree, you and I would have came out and said like,
oh, without a doubt,
that was Claude, that was Suno, you know, or whatever it was.
So do you think that the lyrics are AI, or do you think that the whole song was produced by AI and they like use his voice as the?
Do you know who Phoenix Flexin' is? Shoreline Mafia.
Yes, 100%. I know all about Phoenix Flexin'. Yeah.
So, and most people don't know that because he's kind of a new face.
It was him and OGZ, right? That was the only two.
Well, the only two that stayed together. They broke up. They had Shoreline Mafia had like 2 or 3 others. I forget their names, but they broke up, came back together, just them two. But you go and listen to his like bars, it's no way that he wrote that.
Yeah.
Like that's some Drake writes that.
Sure.
It might be, and we know Drake has ghostwriters and stuff, and that's a whole other thing. Like, I don't know. To me, like, if you ask AI to like maybe like give you a bar that or a rhyme that rhymes, you know, some weird shit. Like,
had I found out that Lion Saddle was AI and not through that girl admitting it, I probably wouldn't rock with her. But since I saw the video of the girl admitting, like, I created Lion Saddle, I'm glad you guys are all loving it. Like, this is my page, showing, like, she even showed like a little thing of how she did it or whatever, and like, I respected that. I was like, that's an art in itself too. Like using AI properly and like creating something that's believable like that, I believe is an art too. And even though it's not, you know, the true music that me and you specifically love, like I did rock with Lion Saddle a little bit harder because I saw the video of her. Now, if Phoenix Flexin' came out and was like, yeah, we were testing with AI in the studio, we made this banger, I'm glad you guys are all loving it, and just came out, I think that we would all still rock with Rubber's super heavy. But since he's kind of ducking it, and he's trying to play it off like he's just that musically gifted, like
he woke up and just had the banger of a fucking generation.
Yeah, like, I don't know, man.
I have a hard time believing it.
Not with Phoenix Flexin'. If it was someone else, for sure. I see what you're saying.
But then now Tyga is kind of following that same lane. He just came out. He's got Jerry curls, got his, you know, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like, you know, button down.
Tyga is so like washed to me, bro. And I love like the old, like, you know, Faded and all those like old songs that he used to do back in the day. Like I was a big Tyga
bitch.
Yeah,
Red City bitch.
Tyga used to be solid, bro. I'll give Tyga his flowers, but in the same breath, like Tyga, you can sit down, brother. I think that it's time to hang it up, man. I love Tyga, but it's time to hang it up.
Get into day trading and just fall off the face of the earth.
Exactly. Get to streaming, buddy.
Come on, man. Like, God. Aren't you 40 years old, man?
What up, OGs? We interrupt this episode to tell you about one of our favorite sponsors, All of My Pickle. If you're tired of boring pickles that taste like, well, nothing, then it's time to upgrade your snack game. All of My Pickle makes the most delicious, gut-healthy, fermented pickles, krauts, and pickled veggies that you've ever had.
They're crunchy, tangy, and full of probiotics, but taste money, dude. Whether you're putting them on a salad, a sandwich, or just snacking them straight from the pouch, these pickles hit different.
Right now, All of My Pickle is offering listeners 10% off your first order with code OGSP at allofmypickle.com. Support a local business that makes food that actually loves your gut back. Go give All of My Pickle a shout. Thank you, All of My Pickle, so much for sponsoring this episode.
Code OGSP.
10% off your first order. That's a deal that you guys cannot sleep on. Now back to the episode.
We love you, All of My Pickle.
I know this is completely off topic, but did you watch the McGregor fight?
No. I'm so glad I didn't.
Well, here's what was funny is all of the fights leading up to that were really good, bro. I'm slowly turning into a big Paddy Pimblett fan. He is a stud, bro.
I love a loud mouth. Like that's why I love McGregor. I guess I love ego. You know, when it comes to UFC.
Sean O'Malley too. Like that's another reason I like him too. Like Sugar Sean's got that same mouth on him.
Well, like judge me if you want. What's the guy that said that Michelle Obama was a man? The president's at the White House event.
Josh Kotick or something like that. Yeah,
you know he played for like the Chiefs or something like that. But
49ers.
As much as like God, it's so cringe. It's like I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop watching it. Like watching him like just act like a normal person, and then when he ran up to whoever his opponent was, and the like persona snapped in, it was kind of like intriguing. It's like WWE, but maybe that's why people hate him so much because it's like, all right, save that for like WWE, you know.
Well, I don't think anyone is more goated than Conor McGregor's smack talk when he's at his prime, bro. Like Conor McGregor wasn't selling tickets, bro. He was an animal for the people that know. Like if you know, you know. He was the best at talking shit, and that was one of the reasons I loved him as well. But even for this last fight, you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I do, in a way, feel bad about the McGregor fight. I watched it live at the house. Like I had to watch this fight, bro. I don't usually tune into the UFC fights like that, but since I was watching his, I wanted to watch all the other ones as well. All the fights leading up to it were really good. The card was incredible. Then McGregor comes out, and you don't notice anything at first, right? Like it just seems like he's dialed in. But then that first kick, everything switched.
Why did he come out like that? Like to me,
bro, how many fights has Conor McGregor won right off the rip? He beat Jose Aldo with like one, was it in flying knee or like a punch? Dude, it's like you never know like what you almost have to come out swinging when you're in his position, and it's like a really big time fight with like Max Holloway, bro. Like you've got to come out swinging, and it sucks because if everything is real and Conor McGregor was really healthy and he came out and he threw that kick and he blew his knee out, bro, that you cannot. There's no way to feel for him except for just bad, bro. It's so hard to like hate the guy for that. You know, it's like I've always been such a big McGregor fan, and it sucks that he ruined that night for so many people. Like most people that are buying tickets for that fight, 90% of them are only there to see Conor McGregor. And he goes out there and he can't even fight. Also, stand-up performance by Max Holloway for not just beating the shit out of him. Yeah. I will tell you that too, because bro, Max Holloway could have taken advantage of that situation and McGregor was screaming at him, fight me. Yeah. And Max Holloway, stand-up guy, looks at the ref and is like, what are we doing? Yeah. And then finally the ref jumps in and like stops it. But Max Holloway could have beat up on Conor McGregor right there, bro, and he didn't. And I think just for that alone, there is some class. I think there's also class from McGregor trying to keep the fight going for the fans.
I like that, but it's a weird thing to me because like insider trading, for example, knowing certain things that may happen in a company, providing that information and benefiting off of it and is illegal, you know? Yep. It's like the gambling with sports and stuff. It's a cash grab to me. Like, to me, Dana White, everybody knows that he's injured. Everybody knows that this fight gets called off, money is lost. To me, it's a cash grab. To me, it's like, I don't know. That one was one of the bigger ones. Like, there's been fights where you're like, was that a cash grab? Like, was he actually hurt and just kept it, quiet? To me, that was a cash grab, and to me, that's like insider trading, kind of like.
Oh no, you should be in jail for a long time, like, for sure.
I don't want to make that comparison. I don't want to say anybody did anything illegal, but it's just shady to me.
I totally agree, but in the same breath, like not everything's a conspiracy, and like these guys are human, and I think Conor McGregor, bro, when he fell off, all the videos and all the photos of him doing so bad and doing so many drugs and drinking proper 12 on the regular and partying on his Lamborghini yacht and doing all this stuff, like, it's going to take time for him to come back and fight. And now the dude is 5 years older, however much older he was since his last fight, and he's been partying hard as hell, and he's one of the richest athletes of all time. And, like, you know, you sit back and you watch, like, as much as everyone wants to see Conor McGregor come back, that same Conor McGregor that we had 5, 6, whatever, how many years ago, he's never coming back. No. And I think that that's what you have to accept as a fan is you're not going to get the same Conor McGregor that you got when he fought Floyd Mayweather and embarrassed Floyd on multiple press tours and talked his shit. I mean, Conor McGregor really didn't even talk that much shit. Like, I watched one of the pressers of him and Max Holloway, and, like, he's really kind of being, like, respectful, you know? And as I actually, in a weird way, I kind of like seeing that out of McGregor. You know, it's cool to see him, like, mature a little bit, but in the same breath, it makes the fight world a little less exciting with him. But, you know, you lose Conor McGregor, but you gain a Paddy Pimblett and you gain a Sean O'Malley. Yeah. Like, guys will fill that role, and I don't know. I want to get your take on it.
It's like they're chasing nostalgia.
Yeah, facts.
Because, like, that's ultimately what brings everybody back to certain things is the nostalgic feelings and just wanting what was once had. And I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you pay attention to streamers like that, but AB, Adrian Bronner, he used to fight. He used to be a boxer. Really good boxer, but now he's like streaming, addicted to lean, drinking and all the time, and he's fat. Now he's like streaming with like this 23-year-old kid.
No way.
And it's funny because I only see the negative clips of them. It's not like I follow them like I do like a gym skin or something like that, but he's gained all this weight, heavy drinker now, similar path as, you know, Conor McGregor was doing, maybe with less like movie roles and stuff like that.
Sure,
but
yeah.
Right now, I'm so glad to see it. He's doing like a get back in shape-a-thon, and he's like back into his boxing, like cardio and, you know, training basically.
That's awesome.
Bringing the other streamer with him. And it's funny because they've been doing like side-by-side photos like through the progress, and dude's already, like, he had the lean gut, like just the big old beer belly, just the lean gut, and he's already been like losing weight. But to me, that's like chasing that nostalgia. He is never going to be the old boxer that he once was.
Sure.
Conor McGregor will never be. I just think it's always that, you know, nostalgia feeling or that one slim chance of an unbelievable knockout that's, you know, takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But, you know, to me, it's just like chasing nostalgia, and he sells tickets. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Who can I put up there that'll sell the most tickets, you know?
While we're talking about UFC, one guy that I'm really excited to see get back in the ring is Ramon Tavares.
I can't wait.
And we are going to host a watch party for it. I just seen Ramon at the gym the other day. He is looking sharp, bro.
Really?
Seriously, shout out to him. Like, he's been going through a lot. I know he had some kind of, like, eye injury or something he went through. It was a very odd injury, and then he kind of got a couple setbacks, then he had a fight lined up, but then he had another setback or whatever happened to him, man. I talked to him in the gym. He's doing really good. I am stoked to see his comeback, bro. I'm always been a big Ramon Tavares fan, obviously fan favorite of the guest of the pod, and you know, he is just he is definitely one of the guys that I'm excited to see come back in the ring. So y'all stay tuned. I would love to get him back on, or maybe do a training session with him. It would be really fun to do some more, like how you mentioned the guy did the get back in shape with me thing. Like, it would be pretty cool if me and you got into some random, like, I don't know if you saw Nelk Boys Kyle Forjard or whatever. I don't really keep up with the Nelk Boys like I used to, but he ran a 100-mile marathon, bro, like a few months ago. And I saw him get back in shape like last year. I started seeing clips of him like with Jesse and a couple other guys, and like he was really starting to get dialed, bro. Like, six-pack came in, and like he was looking solid, bro. And then I saw the clips of him running a 100-mile marathon, and you're like, that's pretty impressive. And at some point, I would like to do something like that just to prove, like, what I can do. You know, I wouldn't want to consistently, like, run multiple 100 miles or even 50 or 20 or any of that, you know. But it would be really cool to train for something of that caliber and go out and accomplish it and make it, like, a content run, too, out of it. So I think it'd be sick. We'll brainstorm some things.
The Iron Man or something.
Iron Man would be so tough, bro.
I'm a swimmer. I love a bike.
Yeah.
The runs... How do they order the Iron Man now that I'm thinking about it? Because I would much rather swim first, get soaking wet. Well, then you're running soaking wet, so you're heavier.
Dude, and
But I'd rather be running cool wet than...
Imagine, though, if you get through your run and then you just go jump in the water. Imagine how good that water feels then.
And, well, no, you're right. Run, swim.
Bike,
dry off.
Yes. Boom. And then
Can you pick it? Can you, like, do that?
I'm sure.
I don't know. I doubt it. You got to do it a certain way.
Let's look it up. Let's see what the routine is for an Ironman. Because I'm actually curious now that you brought it up. That would be really fun to do, bro.
I went to what is that place? Bar Taco in the middle of the Ironman, like a genius. Which the traffic was wonky, so I had to like, here I am in my little Tesla, just like autopiloting through, and I'm like running into runners, and I'm like, I should not be on the roads. Like I thought I was about to get pulled over because I'm like, should I be in here? Like,
okay, you ready? It's swim, bike, run.
Hey, at least you're drying off with the bike.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to be dry regardless by the time you hit that run, because that's the thing that I would want. I would want to be dry for the run. It's you swim 2.4 miles, you bike 112 miles, and then you run 26.2. When you think about it, though, like, do you ever see the guys, like, out at the beaches that are doing like a block every 10 seconds, bro, on a bike? You know, like, they're flying by blocks, bro.
That's true.
So, but you got to think 112 miles, dude. That is a long, that's from, like, Atlantic Beach to way, way, way deep in St. Augustine. That's like might even be to Daytona, close to Daytona.
Say, that's like from here to the Daytona
That's
Buc-ee's.
crazy, bro. That is insane.
Good Lord.
That's a long bike. But then and then you get off the bike.
Bad idea.
Yeah, maybe not Ironman.
Terrible idea.
If there's like a kids Ironman, we'll run that one or something. But we ain't doing no regular Ironman. We'll think of something and we'll get back to y'all with that.
Yeah, the Beer Olympics or something.
Should we Beer Olympics? That would actually be a fun thing to host.
Yeah, something.
So the
Maybe
other
not
day,
beer.
Speaking of like fun things to host, fantasy football. Are we getting back into that soon?
Yeah, we are.
And we did send the boys. All the boys are locked in. I'm pretty sure, right? Okay.
We're doing draft Labor Day, loser punishment Labor Day. Joey
That's
is
right.
finally getting behind the sign. I put it up. Look, I put some handles up there. We're gonna have handles.
Oh my god,
it's
I
gonna
love
not
that.
be a bedazzled sign, but we got to get that spray painted.
Oh, dude, I love that.
It's gonna be sick.
We're stoked. We're gonna drop a bunch of content about it this year.
I want to continue talking about it actually.
Okay, cool.
If you don't mind, just for a couple more
let's
minutes.
Run it. Let's run it.
Let's use this time because I don't really have like a special announcement. Let's use this time to let's set the record straight on, because I know I'm commissioner, but I obviously want to be you kind of co-commission.
Of course, yeah.
It's happening Labor Day weekend. We still need to figure out that day. Are we adding anybody?
So
we dropped 2 last year down to 8.
Yeah,
it made for a heavier hitting roster, but
I would
a
be
lot more
okay
competitive. It was hard.
I would be okay with adding. Yeah, I'd be okay with adding 2 more, but then for the playoffs, I would like for the top 2 to have a bye.
Yeah, I like that.
Because then you still have 6 people make the playoffs.
No, I like that.
I like that idea a lot.
Because especially the past few years, there's always been 1 or 2 clear best teams.
Some leagues will do...
If it's like really close is when that's aggravating.
Yeah. Some people will do 10 teams, but they'll do 4 teams make the playoffs, and I absolutely hate it. That's how my old league used to be. So...
If we get JD in.
Yeah, definitely get JD in, and then I'm sure we can find another guy that likes football. Does Mike, bro? What if Mike got
Do any of
involved?
our followers?
Honestly, if anyone that's watching this episode would like to get in the OGSP Fantasy Football League, drop a comment on here, and we'll choose the best comment. I think that would be a cool way to pick someone too.
Yeah, best
Would
comment.
Mike ever want to get on the OGSP League? I feel like
my
he
dad
knows ball.
would, and yeah.
Your dad, the thing is, your dad can hang. So
My
it's
dad
like,
can hang.
Like, I would love to have him come to the draft parties
yeah.
and stuff, and like with all the
God,
boys.
imagine my dad.
I know.
Doing the loser punishment. But
all the guys are like smoking and drinking, and your dad's just like chilling. That should be so funny.
so we'll plan that. We'll see if we can get us 2 more. Shit, if we can get 4 more, that'd be crazy.
No. I don't like 12
You don't
man
like
leagues.
12?
Here, the only issue is because I like 12-man leagues towards the end of the season because then I know all the new players. But when we're first drafting, bro, and I do a bunch of research, like I always 12-man teams, bro. You're drafting like when you get to the 4th, 5th round, yeah, you don't even know who you're picking up.
That's where I excel, and that's where I learned.
You gotta
fantasy
know.
football.
You gotta know ball on a deeper level, bro. And
Which
for
is
me,
why
I'm such a diehard Jags fan. Like, bro, I'm just picking. Like I know a lot of the big dogs in the NFL and stuff, but as far as those new rookies that come through, like we didn't even watch the draft this year. Like after the Jags make their picks, like I'm pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really tuned in with any of that. So
Yeah, it wasn't a crazy like.
Yeah, because the Jags drafted. Didn't we pick like 27th or 28th or something?
We didn't even have a
year?
1st round pick.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
We had a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, especially this past year, like I'm not tuned in with any of the guys that are getting drafted. And I think let's start with 10. Next year we'll reevaluate, go to 12. Let's not make too big of a jump. But yeah, I like that idea, bro. Imagine if Mike lost the fantasy league and he had to hold the sign.
And then are we doing it at my house? Are we doing it like
yeah, draft party at your house. We'll
so keep that in mind, that draft party and loser punishment, same spot.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Middle of the town
We'll
center.
drop a poster so that y'all know where to go and honk at Joey when he does his loser punishment. We're gonna make a whole vlog out of it, just like we did for Hayden and his loser punishment. Yep. Everyone that saw it,
10 times better. We got a 10 times bigger sign. I made sure when I took over as commissioner, I had one rule: the sign was getting bigger, the punishment was getting more fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought I was gonna be like humiliated.
And for the people that don't know, the prize money is $1,000.
Yep.
Each person puts in $100 or
it's
yeah,
like
last year. Okay, 800 last year, but this year if it's 10 people, we're going back to 1,000. So, yeah, bro, I like that it's high stakes, and I think you were about to chime in on this, but your loser punishment ended up being so much fun.
It was.
Like, it's crazy because, like, a loser punishment is supposed to be humiliating, but honestly, our loser punishment is so, like, obnoxious, and we've got so many people spinning the block honking at you, like...
If you could have another loser punishment other than ours, what would you choose?
I do really like the idea of a tattoo, just because I think that it's like...
An embarrassing one, or just like
just like
a league chosen one?
Yeah,
or?
like a league chosen. Like maybe we could make it say like we could get a logo for our fantasy league and put 2026 loser, and then if they do have multiple, they could have 2027 loser, 2020. You know what I mean? You kind of stack it, or do something where it's like something small. Like I'm not trying to ruin someone's life or anything, but I think it would be cool to have like, or they have to get an OG Sessions logo tat, bro. That would be so sick. We do like they can get the logo somewhere, OGSP on their ribs or some shit. I would get that anyway. Honestly, I'm not even tripping. I think that's probably why I'd make it the loser punishment. Like that would be cool. I think even if it could be like 2 inches or something like something small. Yeah, exactly. Where it's not that big a deal. That'd probably be what would you make yours if it wasn't?
I've seen one where you go and donate sperm. And you check off that you can allow the kid to contact you after he turns 18.
No.
And so like you just let the loser go and just donate his sperm, and then he has a kid 18 years later.
That is too hardcore, bro. That is too hardcore. That is crazy. That's nothing like compared to just like sitting in a Waffle House doing 24 hours in a Waffle House or doing the tattoo or something like, bro, that is an actual life ruiner. Like, what if you have like a whole,
see, it's not your child. That child can talk to you. Like you give that person, you give them access to like contact you after you're 18, but that's still not your child. I mean, it's we're going to get ourselves in trouble here.
I know what you're
scientifically,
trying to say.
That is your child.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point of donating your sperm is
True.
Providing, eggs and stuff for people that can't produce them themselves.
100%.
So that's not your kid, but that's your kid. So like, I think it'd be funny.
I think it'd be funny too. Honestly, hey, if all the boys are down for it, I'll do it.
I mean, my sperm's fucking worth millions.
That's all I'm saying, bro. Have a little OGSP, baby. Goodness gracious, dude. We'll send the kid merch, okay? Yeah. That's the one down, like
gold-plated sperm.
If one of the guys in the fantasy league lose, then we'll send the kid merch, okay?
You seen they do like sperm racing, like at college?
No.
You like go and beat your meat in a college like frat dorm, and then you bring out your sperm and they race it in this little thing.
No. That's disgusting as fuck. Okay, well, let's, we're getting towards the end of this episode. I think it's time for us to go ahead and let these people know about our big announcement. Okay?
I'm so excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Club Citrus.
Welcome.
This is something that me and Hayden have been working on for probably a good 4 or 5 months. Branding, the whole separate studio that we're building for this thing. So Club Citrus is going to be a rebranded version of Soundcheck Sessions, which is an old freestyle like music platform that we used to do. A lot of people that have been following this pod for a long time, especially when we were back in our old studio. We would do this thing called Soundcheck Sessions where artists would come and perform one song, or if it was a DJ, they do a whole set or whatever at the studio. And we would have everything set up like right here. So the backdrop was always the studio. And dude, I fell in love with doing those, man. I think we did over 20 or 30 of them. And it was a really cool way to like showcase some of the guests. Like you'd have a music guest on and then you could immediately drop the sound check to like go with the episode. And when we moved into our new studio, part of our goals was to expand on Soundcheck Sessions. And as we started going deeper into building it and rebranding it, we started coming up with different names. And I don't even remember how we came across Club Citrus, but when we heard it, it popped. And we were
Such a
like,
good name.
that's what we should do is Club Citrus. And
I think it was just a playlist of ours, our shared playlist.
oh, that's right.
We
That's
did
right.
a shared playlist called Club Citrus, and we sat on it, and it was funny because I think you came up with the name, but I put it on my playlist and then just made you a collaborator.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I know Nick makes the executive decisions. He's kind of like the committee, but I was sitting there thinking, like, that is such a dope name, and like,
so on brand with the pod too. It's like, so for everyone, once you guys start seeing it rolling out, we've got a separate studio. Our studio space is so big that we had the room to throw in a whole nother studio for Club Citrus. And essentially what this is going to be is a spinoff of like Tiny Desk, On the Radar, and platforms like that highlight music artists. Instead of artists just coming in and doing one song like they were doing before, we're going to have them come and do a full performance.
Yeah, why not?
So me and you are going to be getting a personal show, live show from these incredible artists. I mean, dude, people forget, like, we had Alexa Sophia, Baby Boy, we had Madison Hughes come through, we had YFN Tay, we had a bunch of, like, good artists that I look up to. I know I'm leaving a ton of them out, but, like, there were so many cool opportunities to like get full-on performances from these people, and we were really only just doing one song.
Yep.
And now with this new platform, you guys are going to be able to basically see what it would be like if these artists came and brought all their equipment and did a full live show at the OG Session Studio in a totally different studio, live, literally.
That's the big thing, is that we started to progress towards the DJ set towards the end, but when you initially started Soundcheck, it was just like one single song and that was it. But they were to not kind of like
they were playing.
They were playing the song. And
yeah, so they were. We would drop the visuals of them performing over the actual mixed and mastered song, or like whatever track they had. It's like it's already mastered. So technically, when you were watching them perform it, you weren't actually hearing the live audio of the artist. And so now with this, we're going to get into actually producing music so that the artist can come here and perform the song, and then you guys hear the actual vocals as we hear them at the studio. So, dude, I cannot say enough about this. The DJs are going to have a separate microphone so they can shout out stuff. And before, like, there was a bunch of times where we had DJs on and they would kind of like, they would say stuff into the mic, but it wouldn't get picked up because we're using their mastered performance. Like, they would, with DJs, it was a little bit different because they would actually be recording the set that they're doing. So we would have like a true good audio file for it. But it still wasn't like live. Like, you didn't know what it sounded like coming out of the speakers.
Yeah.
Now with this new setup, you guys are going to actually hear what it sounds like for me and Hayden at the studio. So I cannot say enough about this. My excitement level for this new platform is insane. We're going to be hand selecting probably 5 artists to come through and do this for free. Don't reach out to us to come and do a free one, because we're going to be choosing these people on our own. We're going to be reaching out to them individually, and you guys will see them. Editors' picks, baby. That's good. I kind of like that. But if you guys are interested in coming through and doing one, then we are going to be opening up slots for artists to book their spot and come through and show us what they got, man. And it's going to be fully produced, edited, set up by me and Hayden. The only thing that the artist will have to do is come through and bring the heat, man.
Bring it on.
I am so stoked about this. What are some of the, I know that you have a ton of, you're the music head between the two of us, and so I know that you have a ton of like personal things that you wanted to do with this platform. Go ahead and share it.
I overconsume music, and I love the long format version. I love being able to just throw something on and just start mopping and carrying away and cleaning, and it just be something that I can look up at occasionally, but something that kind of continuously just keeps the vibe going.
Yep.
And when we started doing the DJ sets, it was fun, and I don't know if you recall, but it was probably, what you're seeing right now is probably all the space that we had from the very point of the lens. Is all the space we had. We were weaving in and out, stepping over chords like it was the Jumanji game or something like that.
Me and you standing behind the camera, like for where y'all are at where the camera is placed right now is pretty much where the border of the old studio used to be. And so me and you would be behind the camera, like pressed up against the wall, kind of having to be still for the entire performance. And with this, bro, I mean, we could have 15 people in here watching the performance with us.
I'm so glad you said that, because I was also going to kind of say, like, show love to the new Instagram and, leave a comment and everything, because I think it'd be cool to kind of bring in a fan or two for, a set, to join us. I mean, we got spots for sitting, come and just, obviously we'll be running around doing all the media and stuff like that, but it'd be cool to, have a friend or two come and chill with us, see what it's like behind the scenes, and enjoy some tunes,
So true, bro. That would be actually a really fun thing to do.
I got some really cool plans with the Patreon, too, to go with Club Citrus. We'll kind of save those for maybe the back burner.
Yeah, I like that.
Reveal that at a later time. This is going to be huge.
If you are into music and you like a ton of the artists that we've had on the podcast, this is just going to be a way for you guys to get an even deeper connection and more content from these artists, man. We are the kings of content. This podcast is fueled by content. That is probably our best attribute, is that we don't stop posting. We are always flooding you guys. Whenever there's a new episode, some people don't even go and watch the episode because we're posting so many clips from it. But with this is something where if you guys are actually like true fans of a lot of the artists we've had on the pod, that connection is going to get so much deeper when we start doing Club Citrus, because we're going to give you a true behind the scenes look of what it's like for these artists to operate in their space, So, dude, I'm stoked.
Me too.
I'm really glad that we were able to finally get the ball rolling on this, because this has been something where me and you are both so bad about this, and it's like a gift and a curse, but we're perfectionists with a lot of the things that we're doing with this fucking pod. And with Club Citrus, with Club Citrus, it's no different, bro. We've spent plenty of time just trying to get the new studio all set up with that, and a lot of the things, you guys will see some references in Club Citrus that are very similar to how we were doing sound check sessions, but there's also going to be a lot of twists and turns and things that are going to kind of come out of nowhere. And
it's like a sister company.
It really is.
Company. Yeah. It's a brother company.
It's a brother company.
And let's get this clear, too. Club Citrus sounds like it should be like a club, strictly maybe DJs. I want acoustics. I want vocals. I want percussion. I don't want just DJs. I want full bands.
That was our biggest fear.
I want duos. I want any type of music. Yeah. I want vibes.
That was our biggest fear with naming it Club Citrus. I'm glad you're bringing this up, because when we were going back and forth on different names, we didn't want the names to sound like they're for a specific genre, and anything that has the word club in it, people immediately think EDM. And we love EDM, and there's going to be plenty of EDM on this platform. Don't you guys even worry about that. But definitely a ton of acoustics. You guys know we're big Madison Hughes fans on this podcast. We're definitely bringing her back in. We're going to have a ton of bands. We actually went to go see a band live. You actually know one of the guys that performs in that band. We went to go see them live. I think it was FinFest or something last year.
Pulley?
October. Shout out Ivan Pulley. I wasn't even going to say the name, but dude, I really want to get him on there. He's a stud.
I love Ivan.
I would love to get a ton of rappers back on. I want to get some.
Be Easy.
Dude, we had some Hispanic, the band Be Easy would be sick, so cool. Actually. And then we had some Hispanic artists come on. Shout out to David. He did sound check sessions last time when we were at the old studio. So y'all just buckle up. That's all we got to say. Big things coming for Club Citrus. That's our big announcement. Shout out to everyone that's been rocking with us. Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Also, if you guys have any suggestions of artists you want to see on there, or if you're an artist that's watching this and you would like to be on Club Citrus, drop a comment, man. Get yourself on our radar, and let's start bridging these gaps, bro. Because we're gonna, now that I don't have a 40-hour week job I got to go to every single week, we're dialed, bro. Yeah. So y'all stay tapped in. If you want to support us, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe. Follow us on socials, OG Sessions Pod on everything except TikTok. That's just OG Sessions. Do you have anything else, brother?
Keep rocking in the free world and doot doot.
Doot.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd fucking know what it was.
Who is that? Nardwar, right? Nardwar. Dude, I haven't heard that in so long.
Nardwar. You are good, if I could have Nardwar on, that would be like my ideal guest.
Is that your dream guest?
I mean, shit. No.
You know who my dream guest
that would be like?
Been?
That would make my life, though.
Bro, I heard someone else say this is their dream guest on one of the other pods. Kelly Slater.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Santa Cruz. Did we? Okay, I think Santa Cruz may have said it on one of his, but dude, Kelly Slater, local Cocoa Beach boy. I think he lives in somewhere else now.
He's going to do that, wave pool thing.
That's right.
He's a partner in that, I'm pretty sure. Whatever they're putting at E-Town. So
we've got to make that happen. Just know we got a ton of stuff cooking behind the scenes that y'all don't even know about, okay? So jump on the train early. We absolutely love all of you guys for rocking with us.
What is
this? Is the tap in. What I think
we're so white. I'm sorry. Let's stop.
Seriously, shout out to everyone that's rocking with us. We absolutely love you guys. This is the OG Sessions Podcast, episode 162. Y'all, we are out.